There are 20 different tips here in no particular order. Tip number 1, make sure you have the correct injector data for your injectors. Injector data isn't nearly as important with Holley as it is with some other ECUs, especially OEM ECUs, but the injector data is one of the core building blocks of the tune. Tip number 2, you must be able to let the tuner know which input or output you have wired to which pin on the ECU. And you also need to let them know how it's configured, like is it a 12 volt or a ground input or output, for example. Tip number 3, make sure the things that you're wiring to the expander are actually supported by the expander. Tip number 4, make sure that your ECU, your handheld, your dash, and whatever else you might be using are all updated to the most recent software and firmware versions. Tip number 5, this is actually a bit of an add-on to the last tip. Your CAN connector is accessible, and let whoever is tuning know where that connector is. There's nothing worse than going to plug your cable in just to realize you have no idea where it is.